I used to say that the person that I fell in love with effed it up for everybody after him because I never felt like I was falling in love again. I knew what love felt like deep, madly, crazy, insane love felt like. And so whenever I didn't get it, it was like, I'm done, moving on. And if I hadn't experienced that, then perhaps I would have accepted someone who I wasn't really deeply in love with, or that I didn't love at all, that I just really liked. We had fun together, we clicked in some ways, but something was missing, like that natural, I like to say, unexplained chemistry. I'm always looking for unexplained chemistry in a relationship. And I don't know if that's fair or if it's not fair. But like I said, I used to say the person who I fell in love with effed it up for everybody after that because I wasn't accepting less than that. So that's kind of what wrong person, right person is all about. So you may feel like there's somebody that you're dreaming about that you feel like was the one, your twin flame, your soulmate, and you wonder, why did I have to meet that person? And all the circumstances were just wrong. They weren't ready job wise. They lived in another part of the country. I don't know. They just weren't ready for commitment. Who knows what it could be? But you know that you felt madly in love with that person. That person could be the right person. Even though they're the wrong person, they're the right person. They were necessary. You needed them because they showed you what love looks like. So you'll know when you find it. You won't pass it up. You won't walk by it. They prepared you. They taught you. You got to kind of work some of your kinks out with that person. You kind of learned, I was too harsh on that person. Like, we got into it too much. I was yelling at him about dumb stuff. I'll never do that to my the one. It's almost like you get a do-over. So if you're listening to this, expect a do-over. If you fail that hard once, there's going to be a do-over. You might have to wait for that person, which everybody hates waiting, but expect a do-over. There's somebody else coming for you. That person was just a person in training. It was a person who got you ready. You know, when you go to the concert and the main person has somebody else who warms up the crowd, who gets you ready, they get you hyped, they get you in the mood. There's a build up. And so when the real person or the main attraction comes out, you're like, wow, like you go completely crazy. And maybe you're a little bit cold or you're feeling a little bit shy, but that first person warms you up and then you are ready. You've got skills, because that's the thing that we're all lacking. If you've never been in a relationship before, you are lacking some very important skills. So sometimes, we call them counterfeits. Sometimes you can meet a very good person who isn't the one. It's not the person that you're going to land on. It is not your end game, but this person has come to bless you, to prep you, to give you the opportunity to be with somebody special, to get the experience of another soulmate. So instead of only having one soulmate, you got the opportunity to have two soulmates. That person is still a blessing and someone special in your life that you didn't have to skip over, but you got to be part of their life and they got to be part of yours too. Have you ever been in love? That's what the first guy that I ever fell in love with asked me. And when I told him no, he said, well, that concerns me. And I have to really think about that, because somebody has to be the first person that you fall in love with. But it concerned him, I think, because he also spoke a lot about vulnerability. I learned about vulnerability from him. I had no idea what that was. But I think what he was trying to say is if you've never fallen in love, it makes me feel more vulnerable because what if I fall and you can't or you don't? Like, haven't you ever met somebody who is a serial dater, a serial relationship person, and they tell you that they've never ever been in love? It kind of makes you feel like they don't want to be in love, that they're not that invested. And it could be that they just haven't met you yet. So I would not say to write off a person just because they say that they've never been in love, because I actually fell in love with that guy. So if he had written me off because of that, that would have been a huge mistake. We would have missed out on a lot of memories. But your right person, wrong person has come to teach you what it feels like so that you will know, so that you will have choices about who you decide to connect with. So it could also create a protective barrier for you. How many people are out there who married somebody that they were not really in love with, and then the right person comes along later and they find themselves falling in love and being like, ah, that's what that feels like. That's what I was supposed to have in my life. And I don't have that because I had never experienced that. So I just accepted this person who looked pretty good on paper, or we had a history together. So I went with it. And now I've missed the opportunity for deep, deep, like euphoric love. So it gives you some choices. It gives you some choices for if you are going to accept Mr. or Mrs. Good for now and go with that, or if you're willing to wait. Because what can happen also is you're waiting for your right person and they don't wait for you. And when you finally cross paths, because you are going to cross paths with that person, and now they've already been taken. And so now there's a dilemma. That person has married somebody, had kids, and now here you are. This is the person that they've been dreaming of their whole life. And now, in order to be with them, it could create a huge mess and hurt feelings because you went with somebody that you know you didn't have real feelings for. Or I've also had friends before who said, I went ahead and married this person because I felt like if I didn't marry them, then I would never be able to get married. And so this guy was really into me and I took it because what are the odds of me meeting somebody that I fall madly in love with? And I would say it's rare. Think of all the dates that you've been on or that other people have been on. How many people have you had to date before you found somebody who spoke to your soul, who whispered sweet nothings without even saying it, and you just felt it, you caught it, you held on to it? So you have a choice to make. And what choice are you going to make? And if you are struggling with love, you need to look at my other videos because they're going to help you get out of the rut and be prepared for your right, true soulmate that you so deserve. So, hey, beautiful people. Thanks for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments and what topics you want me to explore next. Your feedback means so much to me. Let's keep this adventure going. Don't break up with me. Be sure to subscribe and like the video. Check out my books on Amazon for insights on enhancing your love life, navigating narcissistic personalities, and exploring the 16 Myers-Briggs personality types. Links are in the description. You're amazing, and I can't wait to see you on the next video.